Well, hello and welcome to the Hot Seat, the initiative here at Mooseman Baptist Church. We are trying to expose you to some new faces, some familiar faces, and get an update on people's lives. And so I am sitting here with Shirley Dahlgren, who most of you will know and have seen around. And Shirley, we just want to spend some time catching up on your life. So I guess my first question for you is, how have you been faring the last three months and a bit as the world has been very different?
Well, I was really happy that the grocery stores didn't close. Because as long as you've got groceries, you can stay at home, which is what they wanted us to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And you've been keeping busy, staying sane somehow. How has that been going for you?
I've been watching a lot of TV.
Okay.
Netflix.
Oh, yeah. My family can identify. Netflix has been a godsend these last few months. What has been your greatest source of joy in the last few months? Obviously, it's a difficult time, but there's some silver linings and some great things happening for you. What's been your greatest source of joy?
The greatest source of joy in my life is our neighbors, Terry and Shirley Palabroda.
Okay.
They're very warm, loving neighbors, and we get along really well.
Oh, that's wonderful. So you've been able to spend some time with them then?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. It's really COVID-19 has forced us to be hyper-local, hasn't it? It's forced us to care about our neighbors and for them to care about us. It's a nice lining. Now, on the flip side, what has been the most difficult thing for you, and how can we be praying for you?
Oh, yeah, I remember reading that question. I need to have my students come back for lessons in September.
Okay. So that we'll definitely be praying for that. I think things probably look good, but anything could change at a moment's notice. So let's be keeping that in mind. Obviously, missing your students in these times, that's difficult for sure. Where have you seen God at work in the last few months?
God helps me every day with little and big problems. Especially if I can't find something. He sends his angel to find it for me and to let me know. And I've had to really be aware of his help, because it's so wonderful.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And so over the last few months then, have you been feeling his presence? Have you been reminded of the invisible church that is here supporting you? Has that been a source of comfort to you?
Oh, definitely. I really appreciate the church and the friends that I have at church. We pray for each other, and that's terrific.
Yeah. You know, it's COVID, as I've mentioned, COVID-19 has been very difficult, but it does remind us that the church is far more than a building and far more than a Sunday morning, and that's one of those silver linings that I think that we're seeing. So now you've mentioned your difficulties. Beyond just yourself, what is your prayer life looking like these days, and how are you praying, and what tips do you have for us that we can join with you in prayer about?
Well, I pray regularly when I read my Bible, then I pray, and I have a prayer list.
Wonderful.
And if things can go on to the prayer list, and occasionally somebody taken off.
Wonderful. Yeah, keeping that list of people as a reminder is incredibly important. Well, thank you for being willing to sit down, Shirley. We will hopefully be able to be back in person, seeing each other all soon. I am hopeful. But at this point, hopefully these videos are serving as some kind of reminder that we are still in this together and still the church. So I will invite all of you watching to join with Shirley, join with myself, and be praying for one another, be praying for the church visible and the church invisible. And in the meantime, let's keep Shirley in your prayers this week as we seek to be a comfort and a solace to one another. Thank you again, Shirley, and God bless you all this week.
Thank you.